Greetings, viewers. This is Yellow Dodger, aka Jacob the Ward, here. Now, I'm still working on that parody of Beverly Hills little character. Don't worry about it. It's going to take some time. I had one commenter on my last part being a little bit impatient about it. But I assure you, I'm not going to quit YouTube or anything like that. It's just I had to take some time and probably get away from the video making and also thinking about how I'm inputting each character in. Because this is my first time working with Pokemon too. Oh. I'll have to get used to these new genres like Pokemon or Thomas until I get the right feel. That's how I worked with in my last parody. And speaking of the characters like SMG4, you've probably seen in Waffy 2022 at the end when the characters, well, some of the characters got some new forms. And this is what I want to talk about. Because I know for one thing that you guys are probably going to comment down below on one of my parodies is when I use clips from SMG4 saying if I'll use the new forms or not. So I want to get this out of the way so I don't have to deal with all you guys trying to pester me on about it. So firstly, what I think about the new forms. They're okay. I don't really pay much attention to them. I mean, change is part of life, and we have to deal. Oh, it should be natural for characters like SMG4 too. So, I'll talk about each form in particular. During the history of SMG4 that I've seen, the characters that got new forms are Meggy, from like way back, Psycho, well, I think maybe Melanie, maybe because of the deity mask, she's on the and the new ones, which is SMG4, SMG3, Fishy Bookins, and Bob, because of the whole, I get the reasoning of why they had to have new forms for them to avoid Nintendo copyright, but haven't seen them pester on about that. But at least they're trying to be a little cautionary about that. But anyway, here's what I think about these forms. Well, first off, I'll talk about Meggy. With Meggy, during her time on SG4, she first debuted as an Inkling, but then over time, and during the anime Part 2 arc, at the end, she turned into a human because of all her ink drained out. Oh, and then, over time, getting a new voice and such. You probably have seen from my Mario Shrek cast video that I'm casting off with Inkling Meggy and Human Meggy as Princess Fiona, with the roles reversed and such. I don't have any problem with Meggy, either Inkling or Human, as long as they both serve a purpose as a character in some of my parodies, then I'm cool with that. It's a constant change, but they both have the same character traits, and they both could be able to serve as different characters, as depending on the parodies. I mean, you guys probably have seen other parodies like this before. Now, next up, I just want to get this out of the way. Melanie, yeah, hers is a permanent change because of the mask problem. Well, the mask is not a problem, it's just stuck like that. I'm still using her watermelon form for or Ice Age, H H3, and the part of the Christmas special for Ice Age. But still, SMG4 hasn't done anything because the mask is still on Melanie, and Melanie has matured enough to probably not get any constant changes. Well, changes to her own maturity, but that's about it. So yeah, you probably shouldn't realize that Melanie is not a deal for me. Now, next up, Psycho. Now, you're probably wondering if I'm going to use Psycho's new form. Well, this is the thing about Psycho's form. Look, for some characters, when characters get like a new look, okay, it depends on how they use it. Forms can change, like changes to their own character, or changes just to prevent certain laws. For Psycho, she debuted in a sort of a Valentine's Day special. Oh, she was, as you may know, she was from a video game that was pulled out. Well, she was pulled out from that game, and she had that retro kind of look. But when another friend of hers from that game came out, he got a little nude. He looked more finished. And during the meme games, Psycho gained in that upgrade and get a more smoother or more in style finish. It's still the same Psycho. It's not really changed or anything. So I'm still going to use Psycho in old form and new form, because it's not a regular character. Well, I mean, her old and new form are basically the same character, just different style. I mean, for some characters like, I don't know, like say Turbo, for instance, he got a 3D design, and his show Turbo Fast has a 2D style animation. But he's still the same. But it's still the same character. That's basically the same thing for Psycho. Now you're probably wondering, it'll be the same thing for SMG4 or SMG3 Bob and Bookins, right? Well, not exactly. I don't have a problem with the forms. I mean, but for parody purposes, I'm gonna still use the OG versions of them. That means the Mario clones and the Spike and Gyro from the... yeah. But there will be a purpose for the new forms. And it's like with Meggy, I'm going to have the new forms serve as different characters. Like, here's another example. Take, like, John Clancy's Pokemon on first movie. How he did with the other clone Pokemon. He had, like, for the original, he had, like, live-action Optimus Prime, and the original Oliver and James from Thomas, the models. And for the two versions, he used animation Optimus Prime and CGI Oliver and James. That's basically the same thing for like Meggy, SMG4, and SMG3, Bob and Bookins. It's still the same character, just it's definitely... we prefer the original versions of them more. So, but oh yeah, but there are still some characters from, like, he used the other characters from, like, those sorts of shows, like other characters of the CGI Thomas and animation Transformers. There's that's kind of those are different characters. It's not like they have like new designs or something like that, or or another version of them. So for you guys asking about these forums, like for SMG4, Bob, Bookins, and SMG3, I'm gonna use the OG version for them, most definitely. But for their new forms, it's going to be incompletely different. They're going to be different characters, like I'm doing with Meggy. So I just want to get that out of the way. So stay tuned for our part 5 of Beverly Hills Little Character, and other parodies along the way. Be sure to like and subscribe. Turn on notifications to get notified for new videos. And again, try not to pester me about these. It takes a lot of time to make. I had to do a lot of work with the Ice Age parody. So this is probably going to be the same thing. So, have a great day, and I'll see you guys as for our next video.